Welcome back, folks, to more Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. No Poke Centers, no Pokemarts. In the last episode, we collected enough soot to get our blue flute, as you can see at the bottom of our inventory here. There it is. And it basically functions as a Poke Flute, as I mentioned last time. It's infinite use. You can use it to heal sleeping pokes as many times as you want. In addition to this, we also added another item to our inventory as a result, and there's just so much clutter in this that I just want to get rid of a lot of stuff, but at the same time so much of it is still very useful to us. The least useful item here is probably the super repel or the escape rope, so I'm just going to toss the super repel for now. I don't think we need it, and that just clears up a little bit of room and a little bit of leeway. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Stardust off of Zigzagoon and give him something else. I guess I can give him the black glasses for now. Make him all cool and stuff. And I will toss this Stardust here. Since Stardust is just for making money, it's really not useful to us since we can't buy anything with our money anyways. As you can see from our party members here, though, we're at decent levels. Marshtomp is once again getting pretty low on his PP, and for now, it's kind of okay. But at the same time, I'd like to make things a little bit better. But I'm not too concerned about the status of our party, so we should be able to continue on. I'm going to fight this trainer here with Marshtomp, however, get that little bit of extra experience, and in the meantime I'm going to dodge this Spinda, because we don't really care for fighting Spindas, even though Breloom would probably wreck these things in the face with a Mach Punch. Either way, this guy's got an Aron, I believe. Aron? Whatever. However you want to pronounce it in the comments. I guess it's hard to pronounce it in the comments, but you guys decide however you want to pronounce it. That's how I'm pronouncing it. And let's go Mudshot. I'm using it because we have 4 ground type moves at the moment and may as well use them up. We are getting replacement ground TM very shortly that I think I will be using on Mudkip or Marshtomp, or I thought it was going to be one of those episodes where we pronounce all the names correctly and stuff, but I guess not. We're still on Mudkip, and that's how things roll. More Sandshrews, we're just going to dodge those, and Marshtomp is going to continue to roll on. That's right, folks, he's actually a Marshtomp. Imagine that. Apparently there's supposed to be a Hyper Potion here, but maybe that's only an Emerald, and I wish there was one in Ruby and Sapphire, but fortunately, that's not the case for us. And if you go inside here, this is the first time you actually meet Lynette, who is the creator of the PC in this game, similar to Bill from the first 2 games. But we're not going in the Pokemon Center just yet. At least I'm still trying to avoid it as much as possible. Eventually we will, but for now we're just going to evade things while we can. And here is the very valuable Move Tutor's house, though. And as a result of having 4 heart scales at the moment, we can reteach a lot of moves to our party, and that's going to come in handy very well for us, simply for the fact that we don't really have a lot of ways to manage PP other than like ethers and max ethers and stuff. So being able to relearn moves at full PP as well is just infinitely valuable to us. So certainly going to approach that with I guess extreme acceptance, joy, happiness, all that good stuff. There's a nugget hidden right here in this crater, but I'm not going to go for it just because of the fact that I'm just going to pick it up and toss it later to clear up inventory space, so kind of negligible. However, if you go into here, the Ruined Maniac's house, I guess, is Fossil Maniac? There we go, Fossil Maniac. And you talk to his little brother, he gives you TM28, which is Dig. And so, like I said before, I think I'm going to use that to replace Mudshot. The other thing this guy does is if you come back here with your Fossil later on, he'll give you either Lileep or, what's the name, Armaldo? No, Anorith is the smaller form of the first evolution. Either way, you also pick up TM05 from this guy, which is Roar, which isn't really that useful in-game, really. I can't really use it against trainers, well, I guess I could, but it doesn't really help me because I'd rather know what's coming up against me and be able to use some sort of type advantage against it. I don't think there's anything back here. I know up that waterfall is a rare candy, but I won't be able to get that till very much later in the game. This trainer we could fight right now, as well as I think there's another item somewhere around this area that's like a energy powder or something, but that guy's another trainer. We're just gonna avoid those guys because they do have water type Pokemon that we aren't really suited to handle at the moment. But we're gonna switch Breloom into the front of the party just for this one fight here. It's a picnicker dude, and I accidentally hit the speed up button there, but only temporarily, so whatever. For the most part, I think we've done fairly well with avoiding having to use the speed up button. We've mainly just used it for like catching pokes and whatnot, but I'm gonna throw a Mega Drain on this guy, see how much it does, and Headbutt will probably finish off whatever it leaves behind. There we go. And we're gonna take probably negligible damage. Yeah, rollout's even gonna be resisted, so that's gonna do like 2, 1. Awesome. Mach Punch is 29, but I do want to save my Mach Punches as much as possible, so we're just gonna throw a Headbutt at this thing. That's basically what Headbutt's there for. Headbutt's there for. Just finish things off and keep us rolling. We're gonna switch out to Swellow for this one. Almost said Tailo, but I didn't, so take note of that, folks. I'm learning these things. Just take a pause before you say the poke's name, and you can figure it out. So the dial goes Lombre with a wing attack, and we're getting pretty, well, about halfway down in our wing attacks, but I'm not too concerned about that. Eventually we will get Fly, which will give us another flying type stab move, so I'll certainly be appreciative of that. Over here, however, is another valuable item that we want to pick up. Don't want to miss this one here. It's a Revive, and we're very limited on those, so having extras of those are very welcome to our side of things. I am going to switch our party back up. Swellow's going to go to the front, Marshtomp is going to go in second, and we're going to be prepared for our next trainer fight, which is just over here. Now these trainers here, this is a double battle here, and it is optional, but for the sake of the run, we're just going to jump right in and fight these two. They have some decent Pokemon that'll give us some decent experience. Anything that's a stage 2 or I don't know, it's hard to really explain how the EXP scale works. A lot of it's based on HP stat and stuff, which is partly why Blissey and Chansey and all their family kind of give more experience than most. As you can see, we're out of Wing Attacks, out of Pex, which is why I'm using Wing Attack. I only have 15 left of those, so either way, Water Gun should be able to finish off this Graveler, and Wing Attack should finish off the Roselia. So both of them one-hit KOs, and we're going to quickly move on, get some extra experience, and this may actually level up Marshtomp to level 25. I know he was getting pretty close to a level, so definitely be glad to get him a couple extra levels, and I guess I just missed out on it, so he's probably pretty close though. I imagine somewhere close to it. Let's just check here. Yeah, 40 experience, so he almost leveled. This guy here I think gives you a random berry, so talk to him, and we get a Bluckberry, which I think is a Pokeblock. Watch it be a Pokeblock, you know, because gotta be useless, right? Bluck. Yep, gotta go with those Pokeblocks, right? In here is Lynette's house, I think, but she won't be here until after you meet her at the Pokemon Center. In which case, after you come back here to see her, I believe she gives you a Lotad or a some C-Dot doll, depending on the game. These are more Bluckberries, or I think, but I can only access them via Surf anyways, or maybe I can. Let me see. Gotta run around. I think I can actually go behind the house, so that's what I'm gonna try and do. There's a Viper, which is actually a Sapphire only poke. So those of you who have Ruby, you'd normally see a Zangoose there, but instead we got Viper, so pretty sweet poke. Not as good as Zangoose, I would think, but Person Berries. I have no idea what these are, but our berry inventory doesn't really fill up. You can hold as many berries as you want. At least as far as I remember, you can hold a berry of every type, so I'm definitely not going to restrict myself from grabbing these things. Watch them be Pokeblock ingredients again, and I'm just like looking more stupid. So let's see here. Persum. Oh, heals confusion. So not completely useless. Many of you guys asked about the other flutes, the black, yellow, and all that stuff that heals confusion and attraction, and arguably they do have their own uses as well. But if I'm going to be using an item to heal confusion, it's almost the same thing as switching out, really. Obviously, it gives me the added plus of being able to stay in and not being confused, but I'm going to take the hit regardless of if I use the item. Attraction is just kind of whatever. I don't really fear it too much. Obviously, it's a presence in one of the upcoming gyms, but ultimately, I'm just not as scared of it as I really feel like I need to be. Here's a Swablu, which could be interesting. Altaria is a really sweet Pokemon, but yeah, I'm just not afraid of the other statuses as much as Sleep. Sleep is kind of really big. It doesn't go away when you switch, so having that free heal is a lot better than just having something that will disappear either way when I switch. So that's the reason why those other flutes, I just don't want to waste my time going after them. I'm going to pick up this Carbos here, which is nice. So I will use that right away because there is another item that I want to pick up as well here. So we're going to use it on... Using it on Swellow is kind of a waste since he's already ridiculously fast. And Marshtomp is already really slow. So I think I'm going to give it to Breloom. Having that little bit of extra speed just, I guess, would be kind of nice. It's kind of negligible, but whatever. This guy I think we want to switch back to Marshtomp for, though. So let's go with that. And hopefully we hit our Mudshot. That'd be really nice. But you never know what can happen. So here comes an Aaron, whatever. And hopefully Mudshot hits. Yes, it does. Okay, so that thing's going to go down. And that should bring us to level 25. So Marshtomp is now the leader of our party in levels as far as I'm concerned. So he's definitely making headway towards getting to where he needs to be for the next upcoming fight. And we aren't going to learn Mud Sport because Mud Sport's kind of bad. So Marshtomp's going to go without it for now. I guess I could teach him Mud Sport, or I could have, and then just relearn something with a heart scale, but whatever. There's other ways of going around and doing those things. So we are going to smash this rock, though. And as I said before, the reason we wanted to get rid of our Carbos that way was for the fact that Protein was coming up. And Protein, I'm definitely going to give to... Oh, that's tough. I could give it to Swellow to increase his power, but he's already really good. So is Breloom with his 140 base stab. Marshtomp doesn't need it as much, just for the fact that he's probably going to be firing off with special water attacks. He will use Earthquake eventually. I'm going to give it to... I feel like Breloom's going to have more long-term use, so we're going to raise Breloom's attack. I feel like that's all of this portion for now. Let's see. Okay, this guy here. Let me take a look at Marshtomp for a second. He's got... Okay, so he's out of Mud Shots, and he has one Water Gun left. I think this would be the time to teach him Dig, which is actually 100% accurate. It's a little bit more powerful than Mud Shot. So it's kind of okay. The only downside is it takes 2 turns, so if they like want to use a setup move to raise their defense, it arguably is kind of negative to us, but it is what it is. Mud Slap's there for whatever. I don't know. I don't really need Mud Slap either. You know what? Let's just pass this trainer. I don't need to fight him. I do want to... Shoot. Do I want to fight this guy? He's kind of okay. I could use Mega Drain or Water Gun to fight this guy. He's got a bunch of Geodudes that would just kind of get wrecked by it. But Mega Drain's already limited on PP. I think I'm just going to avoid this guy. There's no real reason for me to actually fight him. So we're just going to dodge him like so. Hopefully he turns again. There we go. And phew, that was actually close. I thought he might actually fight us there. This guy we will fight though, just because we do have type advantage over him with Swellow. And we should be able to one-hit KO all his pokes. I believe he only has a couple Machops, and they're going to be dealt with rather quickly as far as Swellow is concerned. 2 wing attacks each, or 1 wing attack each, will definitely deal with them. And I'm more than willing to restore Swellow's PP on wing attack if it comes down to that. At the moment I'm not as concerned about it because I can just relearn something. So for now we'll just work around things like that. Eventually I may have to ether one of Marshtomp's moves, possibly Water Gun, but I'm going to try and hold off on that for as long as possible. Well, it'll probably be coming up eventually where we heal it up, but in the meantime we're just gonna work our way around. Don't think there's any more hidden items that we can access here, and we finally get to Meteor Falls, which will hopefully continue to advance some of the plot that we've been working towards. Like I said, the 4th gym just is so much further away from the 3rd gym in comparison to all the other gyms in the plot. The 4th gym just seems so far out of place from everything. It just is so far out of the way. There's so much other stuff to do before you actually get there. But Meteor Falls presents a full heal there and a Moonstone on the other side, and then you come here and you would expect some sort of fight. But arguably all these Team Aqua guys do is they talk to you, they talk about some meteorite stuff, and really nothing happens. You don't fight anyone, and it's just kind of an anticlimactic part of the game. Team Magma comes in and scares off Team Aqua. Here's Moxie, whatever, some dude with a red hair, and we're just kind of, it's just kind of a weird plot, this stupid meteorite thing. Nothing really happens. You talk to this guy, nothing happens there, and I just don't understand why they couldn't just let you climb the mountain in the first place, and they had to make you come here because you didn't fight anything, you didn't pick up any items, you just kind of sat around and just watched everything happen, and that just seems kind of negligible. You could have just gone to the mountain and figured things out from there. Either way, there is a Moonstone up to the left side here. I'm not going to pick it up just because I don't really need a Moonstone, and if I do need a Moonstone eventually for whatever reason, I can just come back and get it. So either way, this cave here I think is filled with Lunatone. I think Soul Rock is Ruby exclusive and Lunatone is only Sapphire, but don't quote me on that. I feel like that's the case. But if you do want to catch a Lunatone, here's the place to do it. And there's a Zubat, so running away from bats with no eyes. So let's keep going. Those little dips there, I originally thought there might be a hidden item there, but I later found out there isn't really anything. There may be an emerald, but as far as Ruby and Sapphire, there's nothing really there. There's also supposed to be a PP up on this route somewhere, but for some reason I couldn't really find it. So we're just gonna skip out on that for now, and I don't know, I guess I'll work my way around it. I'm gonna fight this guy though with Swellow because he has fighting type Pokemon, and that's mainly what Swellow's here for, to take hits and, or not take hits, but dish out fast hits on things that my team kind of may have an issue with. Machop also could be dealt with Sableye as well, so not too concerned about him, but down goes Machop, and down goes this black belt of sorts. Not very good black belt since he went down in one hit, but whatever. We're going to rock smash this rock though, and we get a great ball, so definitely beneficial. Having those extra stock of supplies is always nice. I don't know how many other Pokemon we're really going to capture other than maybe 2 specifically in my mind, but This girl here is another fighting type trainer. However, one of the benefits is for some reason she's just running on the spot, and she somehow misses the heart scale that's directly behind her. There is more to this route that we cannot access until we get Surf, but you know what, I'm just going to fight this girl. We've got flying type stab to take on our fighting type Pokemon, so that's what we're going to go with. And now that we are done with the Meteor Falls portion of this game, we can actually make our way back to Mount Chimney, and those guys that were originally blocking our path will now be gone, and we can access the top of the mountain. So we're getting very close to the next gym fight, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But for now, we're just gonna have to work our way around this stuff. We got a Makuhita next, and hopefully I want to KO this thing. It may be able to take our hit because he's a little bit more bulky, but I feel like Stab Wing Attack's probably gonna take it down, and it does. So I guess I gotta trust Swellow a bit more than I do. Maybe if that was Tailo, I wouldn't. But yeah, Swellow is definitely a powerhouse in this game. If this thing were to have guts on it, though, it would be ripping holes through a lot of Pokemon. In the meantime, though, Kote will hopefully, well, I guess he's not going to enjoy this fight too much just for the fact that what's going to happen. But here's some more Bluckberries, more useless berries, and if that's the case, I'm just not even going to pick up the rest. So I'm going to leave a tree there. Ha! Nevertheless, Breloom is going to wreck this scientist fanboy something. Collector. He's going to wreck the Collector in the face. So here is Russell Crowe, Kote's Zangoose, and unfortunately, Kote, you never caught a Breloom in your run, and this is why you should have, because Mach Punch kind of destroys Zangoose. One-hit KO. Zangoose is a great Pokemon. I will admit, Swords Dance is very nice on him, but I just definitely prefer my Breloom. So, sorry, Kote, but that's just the way things roll sometimes. Zangoose is also a Pokemon that I can't get in this LP, simply for the fact that he is only in Ruby, and we're playing Sapphire, but onwards we go. I could have just gone back through Meteor Falls up to where we needed to go, but I feel like this route is probably a little bit faster. Let's see, we got a Whismur here. Just gonna run from this thing. But yeah, it's more cut through. If you go back through Meteor Falls and all through the other towns, it kind of takes a little bit more time. I think this part of the game is where they more so intend you to go back to the headquarters in Rustboro and get the XP share, but we already did that earlier on, which was a definite plus for us. So backtracking early game definitely got us the XP share a lot earlier than you may have. I guess if you rock smash this, you could always cut across too, but the route the game I guess intends you to is to return to Rustboro at that point in the game and pick up the XP share by talking to this guy. Oh crap, I totally forgot we have to dodge all these trainers again. Oh wait, did I already fight all these guys? I know I didn't fight that guy. Okay, I have to be careful here. I know I definitely didn't fight this chick here. And I didn't fight that guy there. Okay. So I did some maneuvering there. And we're going to slowly make our way up to Mount Chimney. And once I finally get there, I think that's where we're going to end off this part. So I believe I fought all the trainers that I need to on these routes. And I won't have to get interfered with any sort of random battle that's going to surprise me. I could fight these guys for some experience, but for now, I'm just not really concerned about them. And I believe I fought all these trainers here. Yes, I did. And I fought these hikers. Yes, so I can finally go up to Mount Chimney. So I talked to this girl here. Cable car is ready. And I believe this is where we're going to end things off. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. We definitely made some progress, got through our Meteor Falls portion of the game, picked up a bunch of somewhat useful items. So for now, I guess since we can't go down here because these random Poochyenas are doing whatever they're doing over here, we're just going to explore the rest of this Mount Chimney or whatever it is that's slowly snowing or shooting out ash or whatever this stuff is. and we're gonna find out what's going on with this place next time, I guess. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this part, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.